The agenda of the United States has always followed a need to have more oil. Wouldn't it be great if all these wars and heavy taxes could be avoided? Aren't you tired of these disasters such as the Exxon Valdez incident as well as the BP oil spill? Many of these problems could be avoided by a new source of energy. Nuclear power offers a cleaner and more efficient alternative energy. As our nation progresses, it's our duty to become much better. It's our duty to overcome ourselves, to better ourselves. And with gas prices now higher than ever before and our gas bills just as high, it's time to do something. And who likes what's happening with all the pollution? In a world struggling over energy sources, petroleum isn't cutting it, and it's time to move on. Nuclear energy is now providing a clean, safe alternative that's much more efficient and much more powerful. As our demands grow, nuclear will be able to keep up with their ever-increasing population of the nation and the world. The need. As the population of the world grows, our hunger for petroleum products will be much greater. Well, we can't keep up with this if we keep growing at such an increased rate, and we will need to provide energy for people in some other manner. Nuclear can do this. Some scientists feel that our demand for energy cannot conceivably be met without a sharp increase in increased use of nuclear power, quoted by John Rich. Along with that, the need for power arises for cleaner power sources. Petroleum creates tons of CO2 emissions, which is incredibly dangerous for our environment and produces global warming. Unfortunately, carbon fuel emissions, 900 tons each second, can't continue unabated. But with an increase in nuclear power, we could reduce this outrageous pollution significantly, and again, that was quoted by John Rich in his second book. And as we are presented with these problems, we must take action implemented by our technology, implemented by our knowledge of nuclear technology in order to help. Satisfaction. The need for alternative energy and alternative energy source is apparent. And as proposed, nuclear energy would offer a fine option for anyone that needs an efficient energy source that also is clean and full of power. Not only is nuclear reliable and efficient, it's also extremely safe, which would satisfy all of our needs when deciding upon an alternative energy. That was quoted by Hades Gold. The production of these plants can be met by the Department of Energy, the United States Department of Energy, as they move to allow much more certification of nuclear plants to be built. And although no plants have been built since the 70s, many plants have been boosted and put new reactors in for lower costs. And although just 4% of the energy in the nation's, only 4% of the energy in the 1970s was compensated by nuclear power, nuclear plants are responsible for 20% of our total electrical generation now. With more plants being built, we could easily cover almost half of the nation's power problems, and that quote was from Douglas S. McGregor. With many ideas in the air, we also have many of these ideas being pursued as many of these ideas are being pursued by our government. Such an endeavor could be undertaken by the government as they control the creation of more legitimate plants, with the government funding these cleaner energies, more private sector businesses could build these and more energy could be made. So with continued lobbying of this, more power plants could be pop up around the nation. Obama has promised an $8.33 billion in loan guarantees for construction of new nuclear reactors. This act is a sign of goodwill by the government that they're looking for alternative sources and moving on from big oil. This is just what we need. And this is exactly what a nation requires to make nuclear energy the dominant source of energy. And that was quoted by the New American. Along with the continued support of our politicians, nuclear energy begins the support of you and me and how we educate our peers. It is up to us to promote a strong idea of what's right and wrong when it comes to nuclear power. With the government on its way to helping us, we can do our part too. And with that, I'd like to conclude with the cost of our petroleum products rising daily. Today is our chance to create a new option for us: nuclear power. Nuclear power will be the fuel of the future, and it's up to you to make this happen. And it can happen fast, it can happen slow, and it's all up to the way we treat this this problem, and understand that petroleum products are polluting, and they're not going to keep up with our rate of population growth. And it's better for us, and it's going to save our environment. So stand up today for cleaner energy, and promote nuclear energy for the better of our nation and the world.